Hey, welcome to the Wednesday night Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. I'm your host, Steve Wright. My buddies Barbecue Mike and Pete will be joining us in just a second. I want to tell everybody what we're going to do tonight. We're going to be talking about the Old Country Gravity Pit. We're going to be going over that with a fine-tooth comb. We got that in yesterday. Pete and I unboxed that thing. And folks, I'm here to tell you, $13.95. That's a great price point. And this thing is a fantastic cooker at a great price. We also got in the G2 from Old Country Pits. We went over that. I think we went over that Saturday, or there's a good video on our site. Our buddy Jason Penley did it, and it tells you all about the Old Country G2. So we'll be doing the gravity feed tonight. I want to remind everybody that follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube and on Instagram. Go to the YouTube channel. If you'd be so kind to subscribe and hit that button so you'll know when we post videos. I post a lot of videos on there, several hundred videos. We do funny things. We do informative things, all kinds of things having to do with barbecue. And I really want you to go there and hit that thing. We're trying to build that thing up. That's a good platform for us. But also on Facebook, you can follow us on the Owl's Nest Barbecue page, and you can also follow us on the Owl's Nest Barbecue Nation page as well. And our new page is Franklin Barbecue Pits Owners and Sellers. If you're interested in the Franklin Barbecue Pit, we've got a Facebook page for that as well. So as those become more popular, more people will be joining. I think we got about 50 people following that already now. So we're going to bring Mike and Pete in just a second. So hold on. You're watching the Owl's Nest Barbecue Wednesday night catch-up show.
Hey, we're in touch, so you be in touch. Follow us and watch us on Facebook, and also watch the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show on YouTube. And please follow us on Instagram for some great ideas, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more and more videos.
There's the crew all in. Michael and Pete, what's up, guys?
How you doing, Steve?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, Michael, you would have loved it. I had a new lawnmower delivered yesterday, and spring season, and I like to get lawnmowers and stuff like that, and had a good time. And the guys that brought it, I thought, put it in the wrong place. This is a picture of it right there.
Oh no!
You can see how it's kind of hanging off the pallet.
Yeah,
and you can't really see it because it's dark. But the right wheel was off of the driveway, and it was in the grass. And when I was trying to back it out, it wouldn't back out. It was just spinning. And I thought, dadgummit. And yesterday it was raining to beat the band. I didn't want to get Pete out in the rain because when I need help, that's my go-to guy. Is my man across from me is Pete. He's my go-to. And so he came over today at about 2:30. I said, hey, meet me at the house at 2:30. We're going to get this thing off of there. And I had forgot to cut one of the bands off the axle that was strapped to the lawnmower. Pete looks at it, he goes, well, maybe this is the reason it wouldn't come off, Steve. And I said, oh, great. So we got that thing unloaded. So I appreciate that very much, Pete.
Not a problem.
Well, just sometimes, isn't that a nice lawnmower, though? A Cub
Cadet. That is nice. I was going to comment on that. It's a very nice. It looks like a Cub Cadet.
Cub Cadet. I got I got a new push mower to match.
Yeah.
Getting a lawnmower is almost as fun as getting a new barbecue pit.
It is.
It is. It's kind of a big day in my life. I get a lawnmower about once every 2 years, every 2-3 years, get a new lawnmower. I get
Yeah.
tired of mowing. I get tired of mowing the same mower.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the ultimate lawnmower. We ought to do a grass growing show one day when this coming up in April when everybody's out there fertilizing their yard.
Oh no.
Share yard ideas.
Mine's pretty simple. It takes 15 minutes to mow it with electric mower. That's it.
I don't fertilize. I don't want to encourage my grass to grow any more than it has to.
Well, there's some people like that. Some people enjoy being out there, and some people would rather be doing something else. I like to get out there about twice a week and give it a going. But we're going to talk about barbecue tonight, and we're going to talk about, first of all, we're going to tell everybody that coming up at 7:30. Now it's on YouTube now, not on Facebook anymore, because he got mad at Facebook. So I don't know what happened between David and Facebook. They had a major breakup. But David Bosca and Butcher Barbecue is on David's YouTube page live. And he's going to be doing one of his product review shows tonight. And tonight, Michael, why don't you tell everyone what he's doing? Because you're in the know. I had no idea.
Yeah, he is introducing a new steel that you can use to hone the edges of your knives. You know, I don't know that it's considered a sharpener, but you know, it'll keep it from rolling the edges over and get it back in good shape. And they work really well. David's a big guy on using a steel.
Yeah, he doesn't even use. I don't even think he uses sharpeners. I think
He
he
does.
just all keeps them sharp by using that steel.
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but a steel is not a sharpener, is it?
I don't think it is. I don't think
I
it's
don't
a
think it is.
sharpener, but it just puts the edge back in the right position because it rolls with you eventually.
I just think it's real cool how he
Yeah.
does that real quick. How they do that, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I
But
mean, he's a butcher, so he knows how to do it.
you think he'll do that tonight?
He might. I can't wait.
We'll text him. Say,
Yeah.
make sure you bring a knife and your steel and do that.
He sent a thing out too because people had problems last week getting on his show on YouTube, and they sent out a way to get on it easy with directions and how to get on it and how to punch in, and then you're on there forever, and it'll notify you from that point on.
Getting on YouTube's as easy as getting on Facebook on a YouTube Live.
I think a lot of people had problems getting there.
Well, you know why? Because they don't read when you go on YouTube, you have to click on the person's icon. You know, when you go to it, if you're on your phone, and you got to click on the icon that takes you to the page, and then there's a little list. There's shows old, new, post old, and then there's live, and you click the live, and then that's where you pick up the live shows at.
Well, last Saturday was the first time I'd ever done that. I was here doing my practice cook, and I wanted to watch the Saturday show from the Owl's Nest. And I'm scrolling and looking through, and I finally figured it out, but I didn't know it.
Yeah, it takes just a little bit of exploration on YouTube, but it's right there.
Yeah, it's
It's easy, and it's a good. They've got comment sections on it. It's as good as Facebook. That's why we broadcast to it. We broadcast to Facebook page, my Facebook page, and to YouTube. So any way you want to watch it, just watch it for all the stuff that we do. All right, let's get going here, guys. Let's get going here. Just a real quick reminder. There's the Franklin Franklin Barbecue Pit available at the store, the Owl's Nest Barbecue store. Jason did another little video for us, and I posted it. He's going to do a good one this Saturday. The one we did last Saturday, the one I was in I was pathetic. I'm just going to tell you right now. I brought nothing to the game, and I said I don't even want to put it out there, so I edited this one. Jason does such a good job. You just got to turn him loose. You know what? Michael, you got to turn him loose.
Yeah, he is very good. You are too, Steve. Don't.
No. I'm terrible at doing what he does. I don't know what I'm good at on this thing. I'm just good at getting people to come to the store. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
just get them to come to the store. But anyway, okay, here we go. The Old Country Barbecue Gravity Smoker, $13.95. We've got an explanation video too by Jason Penley. Grilling with Red. If you want to go to his YouTube channel and subscribe. Grilling with Red, Jason Penley. $13.95. You see the price. It is a fantastic value, I think. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. Let's get a better picture first. That's the last we're going to talk about that. There's the overview of it right there. You can see it looks kind of like, it reminds me of a bank safe, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks different than the other gravity feed smokers that we have. Super heavy duty. Look at that. Look at that firebox, the chimney up there. Look how stout that is. That thing is nice. It's got the big red enclosures or closures rather. That's real nice. It's got the 3 welded hinges. A real heavy door. It's insulated, of course. Really super nice. Here's those. I guess a good close up on that hinge. Pete, that hinge is like a fistful, isn't it?
It is. It's nice though. Everything about it. The gasket that you see right there. The gaskets that they have in there are up. They're really, really nice.
Yeah. Here's a picture of that gasket right there. You're talking about, Pete. That gasket is put on there. It's like it's folded under a piece of metal or something like that. And it is really, you can tell it's going to be on there a long time. And that's usually that's the downfall of these gravity smokers. Usually the gaskets come off. Do the gaskets come off on yours, Michael?
No, mine are about like the ones on the old Coopers. Yeah, they're made well.
Mine are coming off just a little bit. Let's see what this one is. There's a thermometer. Jason texted me, I think it was today or yesterday, about how big the probe on the thermometer was. He said you needed to be about 6 inches, and that's the one that they sent us with the cooker, and it's only 2 inches, I think, Pete. But it sticks through the door. Well, that's way far enough to get the temperature of the inside of the chamber. So I was happy with it. It looks good. It's nice that they send the thermometers with it too in it.
Yeah, easy to install.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Also came with the ball valve.
Yeah. Yeah, the ball. You just got to buy the sleeve for the Guru or the what's the other thing called, Mike? I use Gurus, but it was a fireboard.
Fireboards, yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to buy that takes a sleeve too, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's a good shot. There's the inside of it. 6.5 inches between the shelves. You could fit, I figured you could fit 10 8-pound pork butts on there.
I can see
Probably,
that.
yeah. You see that bottom shelf is a little bit less wide than the others because the firebox, the box where the flame comes or the smoke comes in, protrudes a little bit into the chamber. Probably, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 briskets on there comfortably. And I say comfortably, fellas, you can always cram stuff in there. You know what I'm saying, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
You could probably put 14 butts in there, but you cram them all together, and the airflow is a mess. Then it's a big mess. It doesn't cook good. You got to remember to cook to the capacity of your smoker. Don't try to overdo it because they're only designed to do so many. Let's see. Here it is. That's the. Oh, you know what that is? They've welded that little washer onto the floor. Let me see if I can find that picture. That's not it. Let's see. Yeah. You see, that's the deflector. That's the deflector plate. And you see how it's got that that little tack welded to it.
Yeah.
That tack fits inside that washer. So when you're cooking, it doesn't move around.
So that's the floor of the smoker, the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's the floor.
Okay.
I thought I really liked that feature of it. It's something simple, but I've got one, and I know you've got one. And sometimes, Michael, if you move it, that deflector plate will bounce around on you.
Sure can.
And that kind of stops that. I really did like that feature on it. There's Let's see, that's the firebox. Yeah, yeah, we've looked at that one. Let's see here. There's a deflector on in that washer. I know it's simple, and you might think, well, big deal, Steve, but it is a big deal. If you're cooking and you're cooking a lot of stuff, and you got to move that smoke around for some reason, and you don't want that deflector. If that deflector falls off, and you don't know it, you've got a whole different method of cooking. You know it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a smart, simple idea that they had, and obviously they took some feedback and did it and made some changes. But it's when you look at it, it's a pretty simple fix, right?
Yeah,
What they did.
When Pete and I went to the HPB Expo about a month ago in Nashville, and we met Enrique from Old Country Pits. It was I was really amazed at the conversation that we had. We were looking at the smoker, and he said, "What do you think? Do you like it? He wanted feedback, and I think that's a big thing with that company, Michael, is they listen to the people that own the pits, and I really do think they try to build these pits to the customers' wants and needs."
Well, that is good, and there some companies do that, but not all of them. But a company like Old Country that's been around since we found this out earlier, since 1956.
Yeah,
You
told
know,
me about
they're in business, and they're out there to please people. So they make really good smokers. I've looked at them for years. I just never have took the plunge and purchased one, but they're really nice.
Well, the price point is just fantastic too.
They are, yeah.
There's a good shot of the gasket on the firebox. That gasket's going to be there for a long, long time. It looks like the way to change it looks like you would take those screws out, and that looks like some sort of a plate, and there's probably a flange that fits under there. Looks like it would be easy to change if you had to change it.
Yep.
But I don't think, I believe that's going to seal it off pretty good. Pete, on mine, I got to put a piece of foil up there to make it seal good. I don't think you'll have to do it with that. I can't wait to get this thing fired up. I hate to get these smokers in, then fire them up, then try to sell them for new. But I guess it's not really.
It's a demo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, demo, or you got to fire it up to learn about it, to sell them.
It's hard to tell somebody about something if you haven't spent time with it.
That's a good point.
That's me. You know me, Steve.
Yep.
I like to spend time with them because I want to be able to talk about them when people come in.
Well, that you learn something like on the Old Country smoker, the G2 that we have. We smoked on it, and I had a water pan. I had it in right next to where the smoke goes out. We were having all kinds of temperature temperature variations, and Pete said, "Move that pan," and I moved that pan, and we got it settled down. But it wasn't until I watched Jason's video that I knew that you can move the deflector plate to get different temperature settings, and the other plate comes off, and so I learned something right there, and I can't wait to use that one again.
But I will say that once we did move it, all three of those hit the mark.
Yeah.
At one point, they were all the same temperature. So that was pretty neat and unique to see that one, that it's got three probes on it.
Yeah.
But they were all right there at the same point, and after we moved that water pan, didn't take long to get them all to the same level.
No, it holds temperature great. There's a ball valve. The sleeve will go inside that. That's what your fan will fit in. Barbecue Guru has those. There's a smokestack. There it is, open. It's very small. Just sticks right out of the top. It's no big deal. It's got that little closure on it. Of course, if you're using a temperature control device, you'll leave that open, and the device will take care of everything. But you can use these without a temperature control. I mean, you can just open up the ball valve and let it rock. I've seen people do it.
I think one of the things I was reading about it the other day and watching on some people that have them is the only thing it does, you can do that, but it limits you to getting to that real high temperature. If you want to get to a certain high temperature, using the Guru will help you, the fan, to get it to that temperature, a hotter temperature than what you can get it to at a quicker pace as
Yeah.
well.
You can use a small fan. You could blow in that thing. There's all kinds of ways to get air to it. But use a guru. You can do it right. I just put that in there just for chagrins. That's the bottom of the smoker. That's a deflector plate. You see how it sits at just a little bit of an angle. But if you wanted to put water in that pan, you still could do it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You could do it just like so.
And to the left side of that is the drain hole. So the way that's part of the reason I think that deflector is on an angle. The drain hole is right there on the end of it.
Yeah. I think you're right, Pete. Let's see.
You had a picture of it a little when you were showing that the little ring.
Yeah.
That showed the hole right there as well.
I put that there. That's another place where you could put a water pan that I don't think, Michael and Pete, do you think that would interfere with the heat and smoke distribution in that?
I think it could.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah. You could move that over just a little bit to the right then. That's just another smaller pan I had.
Yeah.
I was just putting pans in there, just, I wasn't cooking with it. I was just thinking out loud.
Right.
Because I like to introduce water to my chamber. And I think that would be a good way to do it.
It would be.
And there's somebody out there that might know might have a different way that I haven't thought of. I keep it pretty simple. There's the caster. It's real small, but I think it moves around easy. I know Jason put bigger casters on his. A lot of people do that. I think though, if you're going to use this at the house, I think once you put this into place, I don't think you're going to move it much. Do you, Pete?
No, I actually saw tonight before I came over. There was a big conversation going on about ways to put this on a trailer. But what was interesting is a guy had put it on a stainless steel table that sat up just so far off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it on that stainless steel table. So then he had the table over, the other half of the table that he could put stuff in, but he had it set through this table. It was really a good idea, I think.
Cool.
They took the legs off. The legs, I have not looked under it, but he said the legs were welded on underneath. And so they had to take the legs off of it is what they did. They cut them off.
Yeah. Let's see, what's this one? That's the side view of it. Just kind of showing the store too. You can kind of see how big it is though. It weighs about 300, I think I want to say 380 pounds. It's pretty heavy. But I tell you folks, this thing, we can go through these real quick. There's casters. There's a water pan idea. There's another water pan idea. And if that's not a good idea, let us know because we haven't used it yet. Of course, we'll try everything. There's the stack, the ball valve. There's the gaskets for the chimney. There's the stay for the deflector plate. There's your gasket for the firebox. There's your little stay without the plate in it. It's kind of a view of the chamber. There's an overview of the actual cooker in all its glory.
It actually was easy to move around too, Steve. I was surprised at how easy how portable it was and easy to move around.
Well, after you left, Pete, you asked me if I wanted to put it inside. And I said, no, leave it outside. Because I thought about moving some things around in there to put that in there. But I said, I'm just going to stick it in there. And I put it in myself. I mean, it rolled on those wheels. It rolled really easy. And if you've got a flat asphalt, flat concrete, and if you don't plan on moving it around much, I could see the casters. I could see somebody like the three of us changing the casters just to get it in and out of our comp trailer.
Yeah.
Because that would be hard to bring down the ramps.
Yeah.
I think. But if it had bigger casters on it, it would be easier, don't you think, Pete?
Yeah, and it would raise it up a little. I still think it needs to come up a little bit in height.
Okay.
For me, I would like it where I'm not bending down so much with it.
Well, those casters will do that. Casters will do that. Before I say that, though, I'm going to see if it'll go up in our trailer with the ramps, because sometimes like the gravity feed that we're using now, it's got those nice big casters on it, but I always feel like it's a little top heavy. This might keep the center of gravity down low.
And
A
I
little
think
lower
that's
station.
the reason that
Yeah.
the two of the legs are, and I don't know if you talked about it or showed it, but two of the legs, they're not, two back legs are straight down, the two front legs are angled and come down. And I think that's to keep it from being top heavy.
Yeah, more stable, you think?
Yeah, I think
It might
so,
be.
for stability.
It might be. But man, I tell you, these I'm really excited about these old country pits, especially the gravity feeds, because the price point, $13.95, the price point on them is just fantastic. Before the gravity feeds are 2,700 bucks. The big ones are 42, anywhere from 38 to $4,200, and they're good. They're good. But Michael, you're a gravity guy. For everybody watching and listening, they may not know what a gravity cooker is. Go over it for them and tell them the benefits of cooking on a gravity feed.
Well, the benefits to a gravity fed smoker is they with the barbecue gurus like I use and you do too, they run themselves. So, you fill up your charcoal hopper in the back, your chute, and you light it, and you connect up your gurus, and you punch in the temperature you want. And it's just like running a pellet cooker. Go back in the house, sit there and drink a beer, whatever you want to do, relax. It runs itself. The flavor is amazing. It's easy to run. They're well made. Most of them are fully insulated. I think the Old Country is as well.
Yeah.
So they're very efficient. You get great flavor out of them. And I have actually seen the Old Countries in competitions. So they're competition worthy cookers. They're a good entry level cooker, but yeah, they're competition worthy. So yeah, I mean, I enjoy the gravity fed smokers.
If you're wondering how they work, you put charcoal in the chute.
Yeah.
I call it chimney. Some people call it chute, and you light the charcoal from the bottom.
Yeah.
And as it burns up, and it drops the charcoal down, and in the compartment below the charcoal, you throw wood chunks.
Yeah.
And the embers from the charcoal ignite the wood chunks, and that's what puts your wood flavor into your smoker.
And
So
you can get a lot of wood flavor in there too.
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah.
Whatever chunks you've got, if you've got some cherry chunks and pecan chunks laying around, you want to mix them, you can do that. I'm sure if you're a barbecue pitmaster fan and you watched, I think I don't know if it's season 3 or 4, Robbie Taylor or Robbie Royal, you'll see him cooking on a Stumps gravity feed. And what do you see him putting in there? He's putting onions in there.
I've heard people doing that.
Yeah. He's putting onions in that firebox to get a flavor profile that will help him win a contest. And you can do that too. You can put an onion in there, a pepper, whatever you want, anything that'll burn.
Yeah.
And it's easy to clean out. You just open the door. If you don't like it, you open that door. Let's see, right there, and that's can you see the scroll on there when I do that? Can y'all see the scroll?
Yeah.
Okay. What you do, there's the floor of it right there. And you actually will just, if you didn't like it, you just scrape the stuff out, put a bucket under there and just scrape it out. That's how you clean it. It's super simple. So you can see that, you can put anything in there you want and get any kind of a flavor that you're looking to get. So, we've got those at the store. They're $13.95. That's what's so amazing about them. It's, there's a big old boat anchor looking thing, heavy wise. And the price point on them is fantastic. If you want to learn to cook on one.
Yeah.
And there's not much of a learning curve. You cook on a pellet cooker, you can sure cook on one of those.
Absolutely.
And I know everybody's seen them at Academy Sports. I don't go to Academy Sports, so I don't know what they've got there. But apparently they've got a bunch of those old country cookers there. And
it actually would look really good with that Old Country sitting in your yard with a pit barrel sitting right there next to it, and then on the other side of it, a Green Mountain grill, kind of like your yard, Michael, with all them grills and all you got them all set up.
Yeah.
Or Jason's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's house. He's got the grills, man. He's got the grill. He's got it going on. So there you go. There's the skinny on the Old Country Pits at Laredo, Texas, and we're hoping to get well, we'll get Enrique on one night, and we'll get him to talk to us firsthand from Texas about these things. I wasn't that familiar with them, and then when we met them at the HPB Expo, super, family. It's a little family-run organization. They're not fancy at all. Their website is, it looks like Craigslist, and they ain't putting a lot of money in their in their websites or anything, and that's okay. Whatever
But
works.
that's how they keep their costs down.
Yeah,
On their cookers. So I mean, they're pretty smart about how they're doing their business. They're not trying to get everybody's business. They're just trying to be out there and get along with everybody else.
what they've done too to help in distribution. Apparently, these things are in. I've never been in a Buc. Have y'all been in a Buc-ee's yet? One of those
I
big
have.
gas stations.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have these smokers in Buc-ee's.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing it, Pete?
No.
Okay.
I would have never dreamed to look for a smoker at a Buc-ee's. I'll just be honest with you. When I go in there, it's like in there and grab me a sandwich and I'm out.
And who would buy a smoker going into a Buc-ee's? Isn't that weird? Somebody on vacation. Most people on vacation that go in there? Any kind of like a tourist trap?
Yeah, it's pretty touristy.
Yeah. Hey, honey, move those bikes over. We're gonna take this G2 600-pound smoker to Daytona with us, and then back to Flint. Anyway, they bought some trucks. I was talking to Enrique today. They bought their own like little fleet of trucks, and they're shooting these things out to the different Buc-ee's. Well, Chattanooga sits right between one in Cookeville, the one up in Sevierville, and the one in Calhoun. So our location is perfect.
Yeah, it
to
is.
Get these things hot shotted to us at a better price and put them. They don't have to crate them either. So I thought that was kind of exciting news too.
And I wanted to mention the price, Steve. You're offering these at a fantastic entry level price. I've seen them much higher on other websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one, we want to get these things out there, and that's what we're trying to do, Michael. We're trying to be the place where you go to get your smokers. We're the place where people around here go to get pellets. We're the place where they go to get seasonings and things for their Green Mountain Grill. We're the Green Mountain Grill go-to guys. But we want to be the go-to place for the guy that wants or the gal that wants something different. I want something different than a pellet cooker. I want to learn to build a fire. I want to learn to run a fire. I want a pit that's going to last forever. Franklin pit. I want something I can run a fire in that's not junk. The Old Country pit. Or I want something I can cook more meat in than a pellet cooker. There you go. There's your gravity feed. The gravity feed. How good a restaurant could use this cooker.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Restaurant, church.
Yep.
All these these churches that have all these barbecue events. Could you imagine instead of all the guys having to stay up all night, they just throw the meat on these things and let them run and one guy stays there just to monitor it.
Shout out to Lawrence Cotton. You hear that, Lawrence? You need to come get one of
That's
them.
right.
Huh?
Exactly right. Lawrence Cotton up in Cleveland, Reverend Lawrence. So, that's what we're trying to do. And we got the pit barrels too. Something fun to cook on. If you want something fun that's, it'll challenge you a little bit, but it's easy. It makes I think of all the cookers that I've got, I've ever used, as far as flavor, just barbecue flavor, I think the pit barrel is number one. I do. The way the wood and the charcoal permeate the meat, I just think that the flavor is just, Pete, those tomahawk steaks we made,
unbelievable.
They were, Michael, I'm telling you that was
Well, and the brisket, you did
I
a
was,
brisket in there the other day.
Yeah, the brisket was awesome.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I was going to mention that.
yeah. But the steaks were that J. Alexander stuff there, man. I mean, it's good. It's good stuff.
Well, and
And
at a great price point too. Again, the
yeah,
price point.
249. Mhm. But we've got what you need. And we want you to shop there. We want you to come there for your smokers. And of course, if we sell a smoker, we're going to have all the accessories that go with it too. We've got the accessories for the pit barrel. We got the ash pans. We got the covers. I've got the hangers on order. With the Green Mountain grills, we're going to have the covers, the new ones. We're going to have the side steak sear, the pizza ovens, and everything you like to cook with that you want to add to for the summer parties. We're going to have them too. And now's a good time to get them because Memorial Day coming up, and you want to practice a little bit and make sure you know how to use it. And we'll be glad to show you how. If you buy, if you come in and buy a pit barrel, Pete, and you want us to unbox it and show you how to use it, I'll be glad to. We'll start a fire right there.
Oh, I know you would. Yeah.
Yeah, we got no problem doing that. And we'll cook you up some, if you're curious to know how one works, by golly, we'll throw a chicken on there and we'll whip you up a chicken in a couple hours. If you want to hang with us, we'll cook with you. But Barry, you got to remember it's barbecue. It's not fast. Don't come in there and say, Steve, I need a biscuit. I got a brisket. I need to get out of here in a half hour.
You might cook it with a biscuit in the morning.
Yeah, I've cooked brisket. I've cooked biscuits on the Green Mountain out there several times. They're good. That Green Mountain grill, folks, I'm telling you, that thing is an outdoor oven that adds flavor. That's easy to use. And I just can't say enough about those. We'll be talking about those later in the month. This Saturday morning, we're going to be doing the highlight on the pit barrel cooker. And we'll tune in if you're wondering about the pit barrel cooker. We're going to break it down for you, show you all the things, show you everything about it, just like last week when we did his little brother, the Badger barrel. We're gonna get into the pit barrel for you too, and they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. If you like to hang ribs, hang briskets, it's a unique way of cooking, but it's a very flavorful way of cooking too. Michael, you ever cooked on a barrel?
I've cooked on some drum smokers, but not a pit barrel, and I love it. I mean, it's great flavor.
You cook fast too.
They do, hot and fast. I mean, that's the way to go with it. And you don't miss any kind of flavor. You get that good grill, drummy kind of flavor in it, and you can add smoke along with it. So it's fantastic. Those pit barrels, they're good cookers. I mean, for the price point that you're offering them at, again, the price, anybody can come and get involved with the pit barrels because they're so affordable.
Your meat cooks right over the coals. If you've ever watched a Rodney Scott video when he's doing whole hogs, or a Sam Jones video, they always talk about how they cook those hogs right over the coals, and they've got it a certain amount away, but the juices from the meat drop down in the coals and they vaporize and they come back up into the meat.
Yeah,
it's the same idea.
It's amazing they don't burn. Honestly, I would have, first time I seen it, I thought, man, the meat's sitting a half inch above the coals. And I'm like, it's going to be burned up, but it was not. It was fantastic.
No, it convects. It's like a convection oven down there. And the guys at Pit Barrel Cookers really got it figured out. We'll be talking about them Saturday. Before we get out of here, I want to tell everybody that coming up at 7:30 over on YouTube is the Butcher Barbecue show. Just go to the Butcher Barbecue YouTube channel and hit subscribe. Give David some love. And David Bosca will be on live, and he's going to do his Butcher Barbecue product review over on YouTube. And tonight he's doing the knife steel. He's got a new steel he's introduced. We carry David's line of knives at the store, and they are nice, big old handles for if you got a big old hand like I got. They're nice. They feel good, and they're sharp, and they stay sharp. It's a quality knife. It's not junkers. It's not like those white handled ones you get at Walmart and Sam's. These are good knives, and I can't wait to get to Steel. Of course, he didn't tell me. He told Michael, and I sell them, and I didn't know.
Well, you'll know
we
soon.
I'll know tonight. I'll know a
Yeah.
little bit tonight. We got a big order of Butcher Barbecue stuff coming into. Encourage everybody to come to the weekend. We had a lady emailed me, not emailed, what are they doing? Instant message. She was asking about the Old Country gravity feed cooker. She said she and her husband wanted to come in this weekend and look at it. So, if you're interested in it, if we sell this and we can get more, don't worry, folks. I can one phone call and Enrique will have them on a truck heading to Ottawa that quick. They've got them already made up. So, but we're going to have them. And boy, I wish somebody would buy one. I wish somebody would come in and look at those Franklin cookers. Now, the Franklin barbecue pits, they're $5,100. And everybody goes, whoa, holy mackerel. But when you see these things, you'll know why they're $5,100. And that includes the cover. And Pete, these things are tanks. There it is right there. It weighs 625 pounds. And I don't know how we're going to get it up on people's trailer. But if you want something that you can hand down to your kids, and then they can hand them down to your kids, those kids, their kids, and you'll be cooking on these things 100 years from now. What would 100 years from now be? 20, 30, 24, right? Is that right? Yeah, 30, 20, 30, 24. Mm-hmm. 30, 24. Can you imagine that? 30, 24.
We won't be here.
You think there will be an America in 30, 24?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Probably not the way we see it, but yeah.
Much different. My grandparents were born in 1800s. And
get close to that mic now, Pete.
Yeah, my grandparents were born in the 1800s, and I'll tell you, just through the years that I was with them, while they were here, while they were here, it was amazing the changes through their life, through the Depression, through wars, through all the things. And you know what? It's not a lot different right now. It's just that we're set up a different world than they are and what they were in. But we're seeing a lot of things all the time changing in our world. So, when we're probably got at least 60 more years, Michael. And
I hope so.
What, to live?
Yeah.
To live?
Hey, new technology, new things going on every day, right?
To live?
We're going to see about getting where they cryovac or whatever, where they go in there and freeze you.
Cryovac. No, that's what they put a brisket in.
Yeah. What is it that they freeze you?
Cryogenics.
Cryogenics, yeah. We might have to do that.
We'll stick you out there in Arizona, right next to Ted Williams.
Out there with Ted.
Yeah. Gee whiz. Yeah, I'm middle aged if I'm going to live to be 120, right? Hey, they say the person that's going to live to be 150 has already been born.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's me.
Right there.
It's me. All right, let's go. David's up next. Michael, thank you so much, Barbecue Mike. Are you going to be with us? Are you going to grace us with your presence Saturday?
I'll be there Saturday, bright and early, Steve.
All right, good deal, Mike. Or Pete, I know you'll be there getting that coffee on. And I'm going next Monday. I got my appointment to go to the hernia doctor, so I'll go. Big Wednesday update on the hernia surgery we'll be having in April.
Oh no,
so that'll be our big topic: Steve's hernia surgery. That's disgusting, isn't it? All right, man. Let's get out of here. I'll see you guys, Pete. I'll see you tomorrow, and Michael. I will see you on Saturday. And everybody have a good night. Don't forget David Bosca, 7:30 on YouTube. Butcher Barbecue. Go to it and watch David's show. He's going to be talking knives. And I'm going to text him and make sure he takes a knife and he does that and shows off a little bit. We'll see you. There it is. See ya.